there, everybody. It's Ellen Weatherford.
And me too.
And Isaac.
And me.
Isaac's back.
And my little plushie. It's a warrior cat plushie. If you've ever read those books.
A special guest in the studio. Hey, big thank you to Tate, who passed along some warrior cat merch for Isaac, who is a big Warrior Cats fan.
Yeah, I have Leopard Star right here. Mm-hmm. And then I also have Fire Star and Blue Star in my room. Mm-hmm. And I also have some like posable figures.
It's a huge dub. Huge dub for us.
Yes.
Those Warrior Cats are being loved, and they're in a good home. Trust.
They are in a very good home. I read the Warrior Cats book with them last night.
Oh, that's very sweet. I bet they loved that. Longtime listeners will recognize Isaac's voice. Maybe your voice has changed quite a lot over the years. It feels like every time you're on the podcast, you have like a different voice and even a little bit more of a different personality too.
Oh, really? Is that so?
There we go. So for people wondering, Isaac is joining us, as he often does, for a very special episode, taking a look at some of the questions that our young listeners have sent in for us. It is our Kids Questions episode. Very excited to have you back, Isaac. Would you like to fill listeners in on what you've been up to since the last time you were on the show, which I think was about a year ago?
So a lot of Beyblades.
A lot of Beyblades.
Beyblades.
That's huge in our house.
Lots of Beyblades.
Started going to actual tournaments now.
Yeah, I did. I like the free play events more because I don't like the tournaments because the tournaments are always have like some weird rule. It's like
it's a gimmick though.
They play in like the Hasbro Slingshot Stadium.
Okay.
They literally made one called Delusional.
The people that run the Beyblade tournaments in our area, I think, are kind of silly and goofy. They like to have some fun with it.
I like the free play events, though, because I don't have, like, the actual... The one that I have is, like, the American Stadium, and it's way smaller. And so I'll have some Beyblade that's, like, really strong in the tiny stadium, but then when I play on, like, the Japanese stadium, which is the official one, it does nothing.
Okay. You're still in band.
I'm still in band. Well, not right now, though, because it's summer break.
That's right. It's summer break right now, but you are still locked in. I'm
still locked in. Also, something that came back for me is Minecraft Dungeons. I haven't played that in a long time. But
Minecraft Dungeons is back in a huge way in our house.
Well, it's because my brother plays it too.
Right.
And me and my friend Kian have been trying to get every unique, and I'm pretty sure we're done with it. I'm pretty sure we have every unique in the game.
Wow. That's huge. Well, Finley is now also at the age where he can actually play games like that with you, where he hasn't been in the past. So that's been really exciting to see. Like, to see Finley get to the point where he can, like, actually play games like that with you.
Yeah, I had to, like, I dragged him through the tower to get him, like, level 229 armor while his melee weapon does nothing.
Well, you know what? That's part of the big brother experience, though, is, like, carrying your little brother.
Bro's on default difficulty. The mobs do, like, 20 damage, and he has 10 million health.
That's what big brothers are for.
He can go through the whole mission without doing his healing potion once.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know that people have been really excited to hear from you again, Isaac.
I'm flattered.
the returning champion. I think you've had the most guest appearances on the show of anyone.
Oh, yeah. Who's the runner-up?
I don't know. We've had a few guests on twice, but I think you're the only one who's been on, what, is this 4 times or 5?
Yeah, I think like 6 or 7.
Well, I have some questions that have been sent in by young listeners I'm very excited to talk about. And the first question from our inbox is from Ada, a 13-year-old future entomologist who writes, "How do bugs digest food? I know they've got something between their mouth and their buggy butt. How do their guts work? Is it different between, say, arachnids and insects?"
So...
What's your take, Isaac? Let me hear your...
So, not only are you older than me, also, you are more into bugs and you know more about bugs than I am. So, I am not qualified at all. But my idea is that they sort of like... They must have some sort of like... claws, maybe?
Claws?
They'll, like, rip everything up?
Whoa, interesting.
I'm making things up.
No, I like it. Stick with it. That's cool. It's not correct, but I like the idea.
It's not correct, but it should be.
I'm yes-anding you. I will admit I did not really know very much about how insect digestion worked. And wouldn't you know it, you know how just last night, I went out into Seattle to go see my friend Cassandra Fieldson give a talk up at a bar in Seattle. She actually ended up talking about insect digestion during her talk, or like at least the digestive system of mosquitoes, which are insects. So that ended up being kind of helpful in my research for answering this question. But I did look around a little bit. I watched some videos. I read some articles about the digestive system of insects. And what I found was that, first of all, insect digestive systems can look really, really different based on the diet of the insects. Can you think of a few different insects? What's the first one that comes to mind?
Dragonfly.
Dragonfly. So what do dragonflies eat?
Mosquitoes.
Okay, so dragonflies eat other insects, right? Now think of a different insect.
Mosquitoes.
What does mosquitoes eat?
Not dragonflies.
What do they eat?
Blood.
Right, so they have a liquid diet. So very different. Now think of another type of insect.
Beetle.
What do beetles eat?
Plants?
Yeah, they can eat leaves. Some of them eat sap or nectar. So different types of insects can have very different diets. So in general, the insect digestive system actually has a lot of similarities to our own. So theirs also consists of basically a tube that runs from the mouth to the butt. There's a lot of animals that actually don't have a digestive system like that. Some animals have just one opening and everything comes in and goes out through the same hole. Did you know that?
I didn't.
How does that make you feel?
I didn't need to know that.
Like starfish is a good example. Everything goes in and comes out, same hole. They've got a mouth butt.
Never say that again. That's a bad thing.
Like many other digestive systems, insects can also be divided into a sort of a foregut, like the front part of the gut, a midgut, and a hindgut. So the first part, the foregut, are the parts that are dedicated to bringing food into the body. You made a face. What was the face for?
Du bist gut genug.
Du bist gut genug. That's going to be funny to like 10 people.
Du bist gut genug.
Du bist gut genug. Anyway, so the first part is dedicated to bringing food into the system. So there's the esophagus that squeezes food down with muscular contractions called peristalsis that basically like massage food down the tube. Now, in insects, they have something called a crop. This is basically a place where they can temporarily store food until it's ready to be digested. So it's kind of like an extra little inventory slot. That's like if you're not ready to digest your food, you can put it in the crop and then fully digest it later. Humans don't have this. Most vertebrates don't have a crop. Birds are, weirdly enough, the only type of vertebrate that also has a crop like bugs do. That's how they make crop milk.
Crop what?
Do you remember the little cafe in Animal Crossing that's run by like a pigeon guy? He's a green pigeon guy.
I don't think I made it that far.
The pigeon guy that runs the cafe in Animal Crossing, he asks you if you want your coffee to be served with pigeon milk.
Oh, God.
Which seems like just a little like goof in the game, but pigeon milk is a real thing. It's milk that they produce from their crop. But anyway, the midgut is where most of the nutrients are actually absorbed from the food. So in humans, this is things like the intestines. Insects don't have intestines. They have different organs that do similar things to intestines, but it doesn't look exactly the same. But anyway, the hindgut is where the water and salt are mostly absorbed from the food, and then the waste gets pooped out. So the hindgut is doing a lot of the sort of waste management. A lot of that is getting things ready to be pooped out. Yeah, just like that. And a lot of insects also have organs called the Malpighian tubules, which are these kind of like spaghetti strand looking things that kind of run up into the cavity of the insect's body. And they clean up metabolic wastes out of the blood, the things that are being produced by like chemical reactions in the body. So they take all that waste like ammonia and then concentrate it into urea, which then gets excreted out of the body. So this is basically the hindgut is basically the poop and pee processing facility. Now, I learned something interesting that I don't think I knew before. Insects don't typically differentiate between poop and pee. Like, they don't have different, like, solid and liquid waste systems. It all gets deposited as something called frass. Insect excrement is often called frass, and it's this sort of blend of solid and liquid waste material. You look like you're having a really, really good time learning about insect poop and pee.
I am not.
You love bug poop and pee.
I am not.
You're having the time of your life right now.
I am intentionally doing a very bored pose.
Okay, so Isaac doesn't like the poop and pee.
I don't like it.
Our listener did also ask about if it's different between arachnids and insects, and it is. Isaac, do you know what an arachnid is?
It's a spider.
Yeah, spiders are an example of arachnids. Do you know of any other types of arachnids?
Is a scorpion a spider?
Yeah. Well, it's not a spider, but it's an arachnid. No, but you got it. You got it. I know what you mean. Yeah, scorpions are arachnids. So arachnid digestion is actually different from insect digestion, and it is very interesting because a surprising amount of it actually happens before the food even enters the mouth.
Wow.
The spider's stomachs make juices full of these digestive enzymes, and then the arachnid actually spits those juices out onto their prey, and then the juice breaks the prey down into this sort of liquidy, slurry smoothie, and then the spider just slurps it right up. So the spider turns their prey into like a bug meat smoothie.
What?
And then slurps that, and that's how they
what?
eat. You know, a bug meat smoothie.
Some pigeon milk. About the pigeon milk, that reminds me that in Minecraft you used to be able to milk squids.
Gross. That doesn't make any sense at all.
No, it's because when they first added squids, they just used the code for cows. So first of all, for some reason, squids could fly, and second of all, you could milk them. They just stole the code for cows, but they made it water only.
Fascinating.
So you could milk them.
Did milk come out?
Yeah.
Huh.
In a bucket.
Interesting.
In a bucket. If you saw a squid, first of all, it would be flying around. Second of all, you could milk it. You could right-click it with a bucket, and milk would come out.
I did not know that. That is hilarious.
I'm teaching you about animals now.
Yeah, you're teaching me. You learn something new every day. So yeah, that's just kind of a brief, a general overview of the insect and arachnid digestive system. That was a really good question. Thank you so much to our future entomologist listener. The next question is from a listener named Addison, age 8. Addison would like to know what Isaac's favorite animal is and what he likes about that animal.
Oh boy, I got quite the tie for you.
The tie? Oh, okay.
I like axolotls, bats, and pangolins.
Very good. I feel like you're saying pangolin because you're just looking at one on the shelf behind
No,
you.
actually, I love pangolins.
Okay.
I'm looking at one for reference.
But are they tied with axolotls? Because you really like axolotls.
Oh, it's a tie.
Okay, wow. And bats. Where's bats coming from?
I just like bats.
Yeah, bats are really cool.
It's because I learned that dragon wings look like bat wings.
True.
And so I started learning about bats, and bats are like really cool.
Bats are really cool. You're right.
And
do you have a favorite type of bat?
Fruit bats.
Oh, definitely.
It's because at the Renaissance Fair when we saw someone like reading Stella Luna.
Oh yeah. Now, do you remember reading Stella Luna before Storytime at the Renaissance Fair?
Oh yeah.
That's a special book to our family. That book was way back. My mom used to read Stella Luna to me when I was a little kid. I think the copy we have is the same one mom used to read to me.
Wow.
Okay, so you said it's axolotls, bats, and pangolins. What do you like about axolotls?
I like that they're pink and they look silly.
Well, they're not usually pink.
Oh, that's the leucistic axolotl.
Right. And those specifically are the ones that are like bred in captivity.
Now, usually they're blue. I have a blue one.
In Minecraft?
No, I have a stuffed blue axolotl.
Oh, a stuffed blue one, right. Yeah, the blue, I don't know where they're commonly depicted as being blue. I don't know where that came from.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're usually brown.
Yeah, in the wild they're usually brown, but in captivity, a lot of them have been bred who are like white and pink, which they're very cute. I really, really like those.
Also, I like how they're not that smart. They're like swallowing rocks.
Yeah, that's great. I do love that for them. So you like that they're not that smart?
I think it's funny how they look very intelligent and yet they are pretty stupid.
You think they look really intelligent?
They look like they could be a smart animal.
You look an axolotl in those beady little eyes, and you try to tell me there's a single thought happening behind them.
I mean, there's not a thought happening behind them, but they could fool you. They're very good at pretending there's thoughts happening in their head.
You think they seem wise, sage, perhaps?
Just
zen,
like owls.
Just like owls. They look smart. But if you could read minds, it would be just circus music. So you like that axolotls are dumb but look smart. You like bats' wings. What do you like about pangolins?
I like their arms.
They do have cool arms.
Also, I like how they have scales, but they're a mammal.
That is neat, isn't it?
Mammal scales.
To my knowledge, they're the only mammal like that. There's some types of like rats. I think is it a muskrat or something? There's some types of rats that have like scales on their tail, but certainly not to the extent that pangolins have. I believe that pangolins are unique in that. But they do have very interesting, very like reptilian scales.
I bet there's at least one person listening who heard me say pangolin. They're like, what's a pangolin?
Probably at least one person has never heard of them before.
So, how do I describe a pangolin?
How do you describe a pangolin?
They're brown. They have...
It's not where I would start with describing a pangolin.
They're a mammal. Keep this in mind, they're a mammal.
Mm-hmm.
They have 4 limbs, and they stand up on their hind legs, and their head almost looks like a stegosaurus.
Really? You think so? I could see that. I wouldn't have gone there first, but I see it now that you say it.
Yeah. They look like their head looks like a stegosaurus.
It's like an anteater. They have a face like an anteater.
Yeah, and also their scales. They have scales on
huge scales
on their backs and on their arms. They have scales, and that's why I said keep in mind these are mammals.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're the only mammals that have scales.
That's what I'm saying.
And so, that's why I love pangolins, is because they're unique.
You know how I would describe a pangolin to someone who had never seen one?
How?
Sand slash.
Oh, yeah, I guess that is sand slash. Is that like normal sand slash or a lowland sand slash?
Normal sand slash.
Normal sand slash.
Yeah, but with a long tail. Pangolins have a long tail, and I think sand slash doesn't have a long tail.
A lowland sand slash is albino pangolin.
I'm not crazy about a lowland sand slash.
I love a lowland sand slash.
Oh, you're allowed to, but I'm not crazy about it. But I like regular sand slash.
Well, if you're not crazy about a lowland sand slash...
Sand slosh.
Then you're crazy.
Okay, that's fine.
Keep that. Keep that.
I will.
Keep the blooper.
Chat, clip that. Clip that, chat.
Hush.
Isaac really, really likes it when I use like
No, I don't.
Streamer
no,
lingo.
no, 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 no. Do not fall for her lies. Do not fall for her lies.
Mods, kick him.
Shush. Shush. If I could read your mind, there'd be circus music.
Wow. Turn that around on me. Okay, our next question comes from Eli, who says, my name is Eli. I'm a 12-year-old Max Fun member interested in starting a podcast. Do you guys have any tips or tricks for podcasting? How did you get started? How much time do you put into Just the Zoo of Us as a whole?
I know how you should make a good podcast.
Okay, let's hear it.
Put me on it.
Okay.
And you, but me.
Well, you can't have a good podcast without Isaac on it.
Yes, you cannot. I'm open. I'm open.
Open for inquiries.
Open for business inquiries.
You will be when you're 13. You're not allowed to use social media or anything like that until you're 13. Christian and I started this podcast in 2019, and it was actually a pretty low investment startup. We literally just ordered a couple of cheap, flimsy microphones off of Amazon. They were like $20 each, and plugged them into a computer and just recorded something. Used the free audio editing software Audacity And I spent some time, sitting down and learning how to edit audio just on my own in Audacity, threw it together. And then when we started, I used the hosting platform Anchor. So yeah, we started off pretty simple and pretty small because we had to kind of like learn the ropes and learn how to do things. I had to learn a lot about how to make a podcast sound good. That involved a lot of learning how things like room acoustics work. So I had to learn about things like why our room sounded so echoey at the beginning. Now I've got some acoustic foam panels up on the walls so that we don't sound so echoey. I had to learn better mic etiquette. I had to learn how to like stay in front of the microphone and not move around away from it so often. So there were just a lot of things that I had to learn by trial and error to like make the podcast sound good. And, just over the years, just doing it more and more, I got better and better at it. And I got a better feel for how I like to edit things and how I wanted the podcast to sound. And my biggest tip for podcasting is to, first of all, start with a fun idea. Do something you're going to have fun with. Like, as with anything that's creative, you should be having fun doing it. Don't do it if it feels like a chore. It should be fun, because if you're having fun making it, then people will have fun listening to you make it. You know what I mean? Like, it's more fun to listen to someone have a good time than to listen to someone do something they feel forced to do. You know what I mean?
If you have fun at your job, you'll never work a day in your life.
Where'd you hear that?
Pop.
Pop told you that.
Pop told me.
That's funny. Yeah, so my biggest tip is to just have fun with it and don't force yourself in anything and have a good time and enjoy the process. And as far as how much time we put into Just the Zoo as a whole, by now I've kind of gotten into the swing of things. I can usually put an episode out in somewhere between 10 to 20 hours of work a week, but I still put a lot of work into researching, recording, editing, posting things to go along with it. I've got it now down to now where I'm probably spending anywhere from 10 to 20 hours a week actually making the podcast. I also spend a lot of time like on social media, and I put a lot of time outside of the podcast into doing things that promote or support the podcast. There's also, connecting with people that I collaborate with on things, or, meeting guests and scheduling and all the back and forth that goes into like booking guests and stuff. So it is, a job. I mean, it is kind of my career at this point, but I really love doing it. And I think that anyone who wants to get into science communication, I think it's a great way to do it. That being said, I believe legally you have to be at least 13 to use most podcast hosting platforms. So I always tell people, wait until you're at least 13 so that you can not be breaking the law.
You always tell me that.
I tell you that you're not allowed to use YouTube until you're 13.
You tell me I'm not allowed to have a YouTube channel. You're telling me I'm not allowed to have Spotify podcasts. You're telling me I can't watch a lot of anime until I'm 13.
Well, a lot of anime is correct.
Telling me I can't watch Demon Slayer until I'm 13.
See, you have the unfortunate disadvantage of having a mom who actually watches anime. And so, like, I actually know which ones are inappropriate. I've watched enough of them to know when you ask me, hey, can I watch this one? I'm like, no. And you're like, why? Why can't I watch it? I'm like, because I've watched it and I know what goes on in that show.
Yeah, but like my friend Daniel watched JJK.
Good for your friend Daniel. Anyway, thank you, Eli. That was a great question. Let's take a quick break to hear from our friends on the Max Fun Network. And when we get back, we'll get to another batch of questions.
See you soon.
Hi, my name is Bria Grant, and I host Reading Glasses and Reading Smut, and I'm here with Max Fun Member of the Month, Nick Roy.
Thank you so much.
What episode would you recommend to a new listener who's just jumping in for the first time?
Definitely the one where it's like, let's talk about reading glasses. Because as someone who started listening, 7 years in, I was like, oh, that's why we say that.
Oh my God, Mallory's gonna love that you said that, because she really was like, we gotta tell people more about ourselves. I'm like, we just talk about ourselves every week. What would you say to other people who are considering supporting Maximum Fun shows?
I would say if you want to keep listening to content that you enjoy and you want to support the creators, oh no, I just won't get a Starbucks once a week and I give you guys $10 a month. Sounds good to me.
I love that. And listen to Nick. Nick's a librarian. He knows what he's talking about, so.
Support the shows you love, including this one. Check the show notes for a link or go to MaximumFun.org/join.
Howdy there. So sorry to interrupt whatever amazing show you were listening to, but it's time for an ad. I'll be so quick and get you back to your show, don't worry. I'm host Austin, one half of a podcast called Secret Histories of Nerd Mysteries that I make with my good friend Brenda. We talk about the pop culture stuff you like Thundercats and Yu-Gi-Oh! Did you know that the Thundercats are cousins with Farrah Fawcett? Or that Yu-Gi-Oh! Once caused a riot? You probably want to know more. You can find us at Maximum Fun or wherever you get podcasts every single Tuesday.
Our next question comes to us from a listener named Ryland, who is 8. What are you doing? If you need to cough, that's okay. Just hold your hand up and let me know you're about to cough or something. Isaac just got up and fully walked to the other side of the room to cough.
Would you rather I go up to the mic and go...
No, that's great. Thank you. Wow, the waveform looks atrocious right now.
Oh, really?
Anyway, Ryland, age 8, asks, why do blobfish puff up when they're brought to the surface? Do you know this?
I don't think I've seen a blobfish do that. I don't think I've seen a blobfish, outside of Blob Ross.
Blob Ross. Okay, explain Blob Ross.
Blob Ross is just a blobfish from Build-A-Bear that Christian just got for my mom. Wait, do you refer to her as Ellen?
Are you asking me?
No, the podcast members.
Well,
do you guys call her Ellen?
So you guys just kind of answer collectively amongst yourselves.
While you're answering my questions, is it legal for me to start a podcast under the age of 13?
No.
I'm asking them.
Oh, I'm not in this conversation
I'm
anymore.
asking random podcast comments, not an educated adult.
Okay, so sound off in the comments.
Whether or not I should be allowed to start a podcast at not 13.
And I'm always telling you that the number one most reliable source you can turn to is random internet commenters. I'm always telling you that's the number one source you can trust, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm always telling you, don't ask me, go ask YouTube comments.
Is this YouTube or is this Spotify?
I mean, it shows up on YouTube. So, Isaac, when you imagine a blobfish, what mental image comes to mind?
Blob Ross.
So, describe Blob Ross. What does Blob Ross look like? Yes, Blob Ross is a blobfish from Build-A-Bear.
He's pink.
Pink?
And also, he's very kickable.
Very kickable.
He looks like a kickable thing.
What shape would you describe Blob Ross as?
A 3-dimensional oval.
Oval? Have you ever seen a photograph of a blobfish?
I'm pretty sure they have big noses like proboscis monkeys.
Oh, is this the image that's coming to mind? Have you ever seen this image before? Have you ever seen this?
I can't. Why is he so sad?
Have you seen this before?
Yes, but why is it so sad?
I'm about to tell you. So this is what blobfish look like to you. Can you describe this image?
Well, it looks like those hyper-realism Minecraft villager YouTube thumbnails.
It does look like a Minecraft villager.
Where they took a Minecraft villager and made it hyper-realistic. It looks like a clickbait YouTube thumbnail.
It does look like that. So this blobfish is amorphous, I would say. Just very loosey-goosey kind of.
He don't look right.
He looks melted, very flabby, has beady eyes, a big melted frown, a big nose that flops over his mouth.
I feel like Mikey Day's gonna walk in and from Is It Cake, he's gonna walk in and shove a knife into it and say, "It's cake!"
Yeah, it does kind of look like it could be cake. So that is what blobfish look like at the surface. Now I'm going to show you a picture of what blobfish look like when they are swimming along at the bottom of the ocean.
That is nothing like what you showed me.
I know, right? Can you describe this a little bit, please?
That looks like one of those never play Minecraft at 3 a.m. YouTube clickbait videos.
You think it looks spooky?
Almost. It looks like they tried to make it spooky but failed horribly. It looks like analog horror.
Analog horror? Okay, I see that.
Like Trevor Henderson.
I think that might be just the context of the image, but
Yeah, it's dark.
yeah. This definitely looks like a more functional fish,
That looks
right?
like something from the back rooms.
It is giving backrooms a little bit, but this definitely looks like a more functional fish than the first image I showed you,
Oh,
right?
totally.
Yeah, this is like a fish that works properly.
Those are not the same fish.
It doesn't look like the same fish at all, and yet they are. So, to answer Ryland's question about why this happens, why they look so dramatically different at the surface. So, blobfish normally live very, very deep in the ocean, around 1,000 meters deep, which is over half of a mile. And when you go that far down in the ocean, the water on top of you, keep in mind, the farther down you go, the more water is stacked on top of you. And water has weight. The more water is stacked on top of you, the heavier and heavier and heavier it gets. So the deeper you go, the more pressure the water is pushing on your body. Does this make sense so far?
No, I'm thirsty.
Oh, now you're thirsty? Okay, we can get water after this. Basically, the deeper you go, the more pressure is being put on your body by the water around you. Now, blobfish are adapted to live under that kind of pressure. They have very, very soft and bendy bones that won't snap. They don't have a swim bladder. A swim bladder is an organ that a lot of fish have. It's a little sac of air that they can kind of inflate and deflate that lets them control their buoyancy. But this deep under the water, there's so much pressure that if they were to inflate a swim bladder, what do you think would happen to it?
It would explode.
It would pop. Yeah, not good. So they can't do that. So instead, their body is very, very flabby. It has a lot of fat because fat is less dense than water. So fat floats. So their body has a lot of fat on it to help with their buoyancy. And also most of their body tissue is very, very soft and very gelatinous. And that's because the huge amounts of pressure being pushed on them by the ocean actually holds them together. So imagine those like really, really loose watery slimes.
No, I don't think so.
Like people will get like it's slime, like the slime that you play with, but it's really kind of like loose and like almost watery. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, pretend that you do know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Imagine that you have a loose slime.
That's crazy, bro.
Now, if you're holding it in your hands, imagine that you're holding it together with your hands, and then imagine slowly bringing your hands away from the ball of slime. What happens to the ball of slime? Do you think it stays stuck together?
No, I don't think so.
What do you think happens when you bring your hands away from it?
It looks like a blobfish.
Yeah, but why? Like, what happened to the slime ball when you took your hands away from it?
It decompressed.
Yeah, it just fell apart, right?
Yeah, it like depressured.
Yeah, so that's exactly what happens to the blobfish. So when they are brought up higher, up to the surface, that is relieving all of that pressure that's holding their body together and letting go of them, and their body just falls apart.
Now, what if blobfishes have like a secret third form that's like, like the complete glow up it had from like the one on the surface to like the one in the water?
Uh-huh.
What if there's a third form deeper down that we never knew of? It's like the final evolution.
Whoa, the looks maxed.
But like it's so secret that we cannot let society like find out about it.
Right.
And so the
right.
Blobfish Society decides when and to change their forms.
So like way deeper down, like down in like the Mariana Trench.
They're like buff.
There's like a Giga Chad, completely like
there's
looks
like some sort of buff blobfish.
Yeah,
buff-fish.
Blob mogging.
Blob mogging.
Yeah, you go down and he's just doing like the Mew face.
Bro does not need a knife to cut an apple. He'll just use his jawline.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's waiting for us.
He like crack an egg when he flexes his muscles.
I love that. I love the thought process of like, wait a second, what if we go in the opposite direction? What if we put more pressure on them?
What if we just like put more water? What if we just put more water in the ocean?
What if nobody's talking about this?
To reach Giga Chad blobfish.
Simply add more water to the ocean. Why hasn't anyone thought of this?
Because drop in the ocean.
What if we take all the water from the Great Lakes and put it in the ocean?
I don't think that would do much.
Well, we'll work on a proposal.
Any waterologists?
Hydrologists, perhaps?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Waterologists.
Oh, sorry. My mistake. Now, Axton, age 5, asks a similar question.
Oh, here we go. The 5-year-olds ask the best questions.
Well, this is a very good question. Axton asked, why does the anglerfish leave the deep sea? And I want to see if you know what this question is about. This is about something that happened not too long ago. Did you hear about this at all? You might not have heard about this.
About an anglerfish leaving the deep sea?
Yeah, did you hear about this?
No, as far as I know, they never left, and this is all propaganda.
They usually don't leave the deep sea, but the one I heard about was in February of 2025. A humpback anglerfish was filmed very, very close to the surface that went super viral online. It is a really pretty video because you've got the kind of like sunbeams that are like filtering through the water. It looks very beautiful and ethereal. It looks like the anglerfish is almost like swimming up into like the rays of heaven or something. It is beautiful footage, and it is also very puzzling because this type of anglerfish is never ever seen just like free swimming this close to the surface where you would be. It's in broad daylight. This is like unheard of for the species. And actually, the reason that this happened still isn't totally known for sure. So what we do know is that the anglerfish did not survive very long after coming up to the surface. So it died shortly after being filmed. I did find an interview with Bruce Robison, who is a marine biologist at the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute, who offered some possible explanations. One of them that he gave, he suggested the anglerfish possibly ate another fish with a gas or bladder gland that caused it to rise. So what this means is, the idea is that the anglerfish ate a smaller fish that kind of acted like a balloon that lifted it up to the surface.
That makes me think of balloons tower defense.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Everything makes me think of balloons tower defense. Everything is a reference.
I know. Another possible explanation he gives is that a possible vertical current from nearby volcanic activity carried the fish towards the surface. So this could be like an upwelling, you know how like in Breath of the Wild, if you like lit a fire on the ground, there would be like an updraft where like the wind would shoot you up into the air. You remember that?
Yeah.
Basically like that, but for the water. So the idea is that a current of water just like pushed the anglerfish up to the surface. And another explanation he offers is that a deep sea predator swallowed it and spat it out at a higher sea level.
No, because first of all, nothing eats anglerfishes.
I'm sure there's many things that would not hesitate to eat an anglerfish. They're not poisonous or anything.
Oh.
You just have to be big enough to eat it. It could be like, I don't know, a whale, maybe, like a sperm whale or something.
So then why did they spit it back out?
That's what I don't know. I don't know why it would have spat it back out.
No. It was that they ate something. They must have eaten like I don't know, a pufferfish, and the pufferfish puffed up and it got really buoyant.
I don't actually think that pufferfish get more buoyant when they puff up, because when they puff up, they're just sucking in water. It's not air.
Oh. Well, I don't know. Maybe he just ate a bunch of fish with swim bladders, and they were all coincidentally using the swim bladder and it like to go up at the same time that they got eaten.
It's like the house from Up.
Yeah.
He got
like
upped.
That.
he got accidentally upped. I mean, there's some other alternate guesses, like
no, it's that he got upped.
He got upped. Well, some people think that maybe it was just something wrong with the anglerfish. It was sick or it was injured, and it just maybe got disoriented, got confused.
He's like Master Oogway. He's going, my time has come.
That was kind of like a romanticized, like a lot of people online, especially sort of the more poetic and artistic people who were kind of inspired by this anglerfish, there are a lot of like web comics or poems about the anglerfish. Like it knew it was about to die, and the last thing it wanted to experience before dying was like finally going up to the surface to see the sun. There's some really, really beautiful poetry. And
so that's why no one comes back from there.
Yeah, the idea is like this anglerfish, they're like her dream was, she's a female, so like her dream was to see the sun. So she knew she was dying, so she made this one final like trip up to the sun, which I think is lovely. I don't think it's what happened, but I think it's beautiful. There's some really, really beautiful art and beautiful poetry about this anglerfish swimming up to the surface. Some people also think that it could have been maybe while the anglerfish was being chased by a predator, that it just like swam up closer to the surface and just got lost or stuck up there. There's a lot of different ideas. People have a lot of guesses as to why the anglerfish left the deep sea, but interestingly enough, he got upped. Interestingly enough, there is not like a consensus on this. It was a really weird thing that happened. It doesn't happen very often. To my knowledge, it was the only instance of it ever being caught on camera. I don't think a deep sea, like an anglerfish like this, has ever in any other instance been filmed swimming around close to the surface in just broad daylight. So this was a weird thing that happened. Scientists still aren't totally sure why. So very, very interesting and a great question. So thank you, Axton.
I told you, man, 5-year-olds ask the best questions.
It's a banger of a question. Finally, Natalia asked, "Hi, Ellen. I'm 13, almost 14, and would like my question to be on the next Kids Questions episode. My question is, how many extinct shark species are there? I know there's lots of living sharks, but what about the dead ones?"
So, you got your wish. You are on the next Kids Question episode.
Here you are.
I bet you might be 14 by the time this episode comes out.
Possibly.
If it was like really close when you submitted it.
You might be 14.
Happy 14th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
You know what? Just how about this?
Cha-cha-cha.
If it's not your birthday today,
Don't listen. Don't listen.
don't listen. Save it for your birthday.
Save it.
I'm kidding. You can listen whenever you want, but just replay it on your birthday.
Or it would hit harder if
would
you
hit
did
harder.
not listen to it until your birthday. And then you'd hear me going, "Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha."
Do you want to sing happy birthday to Natalia?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday.
No, cha cha cha.
Oh, sorry. I didn't leave space for your cha-cha-chas.
From the top.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday
to you. Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday, dear Natalia.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday to
you. And many more.
So you just play that whenever it's your birthday.
Yeah. Just like remember the exact timestamp of when we sing happy birthday, and ask your family to play that instead of singing you happy birthday.
Or play that while the rest of the family is singing happy birthday.
We're in your family now.
So we get to be part of the family
We've
singing happy
infiltrated
birthday.
your household.
I'm in your walls. So about the sharks.
About the sharks. All right, so I can only name one off the top of my head, and that is a megalodon.
Good one. If you're only going to name one extinct shark, that's a great one to name. And to be honest, I can't name a ton of them off the top of my head either. I did write down a few of my favorites.
Here's another shark question. Do sharks fart?
I'm going to be so real with you, dude. I have no idea.
I
have no clue.
It's a profound question.
I know a lot of scientists who can answer this question, though. I will ask.
Ask them for me.
I will ask.
Put
if sharks
me
fart.
on the next Kids Questions episode.
I love that we've discovered a new question within this question.
It's questionception.
So about the extinct sharks, Natalia's question was about how many species of extinct sharks there are. So right now, we know of around 500 living species of shark.
Oh, I thought they were going to say 500 extinct sharks. I was like, that's a lot of extinct sharks.
I think it's way more than 500. Because fossils from things that look like they could have been sharks started appearing around 450 million years ago.
Now, you see, sharks are older than Saturn's rings.
They're older than Saturn's rings. They're older than trees. They're older than most stuff.
They're older than you and me by a lot.
At least. At the very least.
They're definitely older than America.
Yeah. Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Chicken breasts.
All chicken breasts.
KFC.
So, according to the Smithsonian Oceans website, more than 2,000 species of fossil sharks have been described. So, it's more than 2,000 species of sharks that we have learned about from fossils.
Now hear me out. What if none of them were sharks?
Wow, that's huge.
What if they were all really big fish and none of them were sharks? What if they all had hair?
Hair? That's interesting. How would we know that?
We wouldn't. But also, we can't preserve dinosaurs because dinosaurs weren't preserved with hair, which means dinosaurs could have been hairy.
Well,
in fact, Bigfoot could have been a dinosaur.
Well, we have a lot of imprint fossils of dinosaurs, so we can see that they had things like feathers.
I thought they had hair.
I mean, some of them probably had feathers that kind of resembled hair.
Yeah, maybe.
But as far as sharks go, there are currently more than 2,000 described species of extinct sharks from fossils, but there have certainly been way, way more than just 2,000 species. Fossil evidence of sharks are really, really hard to find. Their skeletons are mostly cartilage, so they don't fossilize very well. It's really hard to find like preserved shark specimens. And since they live in the ocean, their remains usually don't decompose and settle all in one place, right? If you die in the ocean, it's likely that things are going to eat you and your body is going to be like decomposing before it even hits the bottom, right? Your remains are just going to be scattered in a way where it's not likely that you're going to fossilize in one place. But there are some really well-preserved fossils, including imprints of like entire bodies that give us a lot of information about some extinct shark species. Most shark fossils are only things like teeth and scales, because usually those are the only parts of the shark that become fossilized. So a lot of times paleontologists will find like a single scale or a single tooth. Like I think for Megalodon, the only fossils we have of Megalodon are teeth. And maybe some scales, because like they'll find the tooth and they'll be like, well, this looks like this, but there's no other species that has teeth like this, so it must be its own species.
Like, what if sharks had canine teeth? What if sharks had variety between the teeth? And so when you find a tooth, you're like, oh, this doesn't look like a type of shark tooth we found yet. Put it in the box of new species.
Well, that happens sometimes. Like sometimes you'll have multiple different, I don't know that this happens with sharks, but a lot of times paleontologists will like have specimens that they think are all from different species, and then maybe they might find out later that like they were all from the same species, or maybe they might find out later that like, oh, all these things we thought like belonged to the same creature were actually all different species. Sometimes paleontologists do have to go back and reanalyze things that they thought they understood before. That happens a lot. For sharks, there's just not really a ton of specimens. There's just not a lot of fossils for sharks. So there are 2,000 extinct species of sharks that we like have formally described that we know about. That being said, there have definitely been way, way, way more than 2,000. But I did write down some of my favorites. My personal favorite is Helicoprion. Do you know Helicoprion?
No, I don't think I do.
Okay, let me show you what this fellow looks like.
Is this extinct?
Yes, this is an extinct species of shark.
Then how do we know what it looks like?
Well, this is the fossil we have of this shark.
That's not a shark.
Describe to me what you're looking at.
That's a nautilus shell from Minecraft.
It does look like a nautilus shell. It's like a spiral shape, right? With tons and tons of jagged teeth all along the edge of it. Right?
Is he like one big denture?
So there have been a few passes. There have been a few different hypotheses from paleo artists on how to reconstruct this shark, how to illustrate what this shark may have looked like while it was alive. Here is an example of one of the earlier interpretations of this fossil.
Oh, no.
So the whole lower jaw of the shark like curls downward and like spirals around in a very unsettling and gross way. So that's awful and I hate that. But here is a more modern interpretation of Helicoprion.
I don't like that anymore.
This is not better to you?
This is not better. I don't like that any more than I did.
This one has a more normal lower jaw, but
it's more normal. It's not normal, but it's more normal.
The teeth are forming a sort of table saw in the bottom of the mouth.
Huh.
Now tell me what you think of this. This one, they made him a pizza cutter. And that's pretty good. What do you think of that?
I like pizza cutters.
You like the pizza cutter one?
Yeah.
They made him into a pizza cutter, and I like that one. So that one's fun. I really like that one. So basically the idea was like at first they saw this like spiral shaped jaw fossil, and they thought, well, that's weird. I guess the whole jaw just kind of like curls around. And then they were like, wait, that's kind of silly. Probably the jaw is normal shaped, but like just the part with the teeth curls around.
Yeah.
I also really like this one called Stethecanthus that actually Lindsay Nicole told me about. I'd never heard of it before Lindsay Nicole told me about this. Stethecanthus. I'm going to show you this goofy little goober.
What?
Look at him.
Why is his teeth on his head?
He's got teeth on his head. Well, that part, I don't know.
He's got hair.
He's kind of got hair.
That looks AI generated.
I know, doesn't it? But it's not. That's the weird part.
It's like if AI generated a real species. It's like if sharks used an AI to generate their new species.
Well, what do you think of his hat?
I like his hat.
He's got a little hat. That's great.
He's got like a dorsal fin.
Love that. If you do want to see a modern day living shark that actually is believed to have retained most of their basal traits. So a shark that is alive today that is believed to actually more closely resemble the ancient ancestor of sharks. It is called the frilled shark. It is a very, very unusual looking shark. I'll show you a picture of. Look.
That looks like analog horror.
It does. This one is definitely a horror beast, especially.
That looks like Subnautica.
It does look like Subnautica. It is exactly giving some. Let me show you what the teeth look like, because the teeth are crazy.
Yeah, I'm out.
Each individual tooth is sort of like trident shaped, and the teeth are like lined up one behind another into these very like neat and organized rows of just tridents that sort of like point inward towards the back of the frilled shark's mouth. So the frilled shark is a modern day shark, but it is thought to more closely resemble what sharks would have looked like 450 million years ago. That's not to say that it hasn't changed at all, or that it's exactly the way that it was 450 million years ago. It just has more traits in common with their ancestors than a lot of other modern day sharks.
That's like the Reaper Leviathan in Subnautica.
It is a lot like the Reaper Leviathan in Subnautica, yes. Did you finish Subnautica? Did you play Subnautica?
I never played Subnautica.
You should play Subnautica.
I watched you play Subnautica.
It's really good. I really like Subnautica.
I also watched my dad play Subnautica. He got eaten.
Yeah, usually people get eaten in that game. That game is scary, actually, a little bit.
Nom.
It's, you know what? It is scary. It's not that scary, though. Now that I've played it, it's not the scariest game I've ever played.
It's not scary because you took like the biggest ship in the game.
I did.
And you named it the Baddie Brigade.
I forgot about that. Yes, I did. And I made it pink.
Yes, you got the Slay Pookie boat called the Baddie Brigade.
I forgot that I did that.
And it ran out of batteries, so you had to go in like your sea moth.
I forgot that. I did run out of batteries at the Baddie Brigade.
And you had to leave it like across the entire ocean.
It was like 50 miles away. I forgot about that.
All you had was like the little like hand thing.
I know, I had the little boop, 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 boop. I had basically a scooter to go home on, like a sea scooter.
A scooter when you had a car, but the car had no gas, so you had to tow it.
Well, I did have like an RV, basically, but my RV ran out of gas, so I had to get on my scooter.
You got a limo, but you ran out of. You didn't pay for enough time on the limo, so the limo stopped going.
I didn't pay for limo premium.
No, it's because they pay by the hour, and so you only paid $100 when you're supposed to pay $110.
I got limo with ads.
Yes.
Well, that was the last question. Thank you, guys.
I hit a few references in this video.
Only one or two. If you listen
two.
really closely, then you may catch some of his cleverly hidden references.
You're going to go through grief trying to find these references.
Like the times you were like, that reminds me of the game Bloons Tower Defense.
No. It's not that. That is a reference, but that's like not one of the references that I hid in the podcast. So please call me out in the comments.
Yeah, light him up in the comments.
No,
drag him in the comments.
No. Like notice the references.
It's like a fun little scavenger hunt.
It's like in Ready Player One, where like James Halliday hides his Easter egg.
No spoilers for people that haven't read or watched it. I don't know which thing
it's a book, and the movie tried to do it, but the movie didn't do it correctly.
Hot take alert.
No, the movie sucks. I watched the movie because I wanted more Ready Player One.
Oh, you didn't like the movie?
The movie sucks.
Okay. Wow.
That's why I just read Ready Player 2 instead.
Hot take alert. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Isaac. It's been a
When will
delight
I
as
be back?
always. When will you be back? You know, whenever the spirit moves us.
I bet I'm going to be on like multiple YouTube shorts.
You want to be on a YouTube short?
I bet I'm going to be on
a
YouTube shorts for making references, because I know one of the things I reference is a community that loves pointing out references. Like, holy, is that a reference to this thing that I like?
Well,
is that a reference?
See if you can catch them all.
See if it's impossible or not.
Is that one? Are you doing one right now?
Maybe.
Well, thank you, Isaac. It has been so great to have you here in the studio, back on the pod, friend of the pod, my child.
Bro.
We would like to thank Maximum Fun for having us on their network.
Thank you, Maximum Fun.
Thank you, Maximum Fun. Like the other great shows that you heard promos for during this episode. If you want to learn more about the show and how you can be a part of supporting us, plus get access to our monthly bonus episodes over at MaximumFun.org.
I was on the bonus episodes too.
You were on the bonus episode. That's right. So if you'd like to hear a little bit more of Isaac, go check out the, I believe, April bonus episode. And finally, we'd like to thank Louis Zong for our theme music, which was so fun.
Louis Zong.
Thank you, Louis Zong.
Shout out to Louis Zong.
Louis Zong mentioned. Can't get enough.
Standing ovation.
Standing ovation for Louis Zong.
He's going to get a Nobel Prize for Louis Zong.
You're making this sound too sarcastic. I really do love his work. He's a really
I love his work too.
Artist. All right.
Nobel Prize.
All right.
He deserves one.
Thank you, Isaac. It was great to have you.
He deserves one for making the theme music to the best podcast in the world.
He sure does.
No debate.
I wonder if they give out Grammys for that.
They do?
They should.
I bet Louis Zong would get first prize.
He would.
10-time winner.
He would get it every year.
Louis Zong, I hope that the one time you decide to buy a lottery ticket, it's a winner. And then never again.
Maximize your profit margin by only playing once and winning that one time.
Get the jackpot.
Win the only time you play. Maximum yield.
Yeah, it's just pure skill.
Pure skill.
Lottery is like pure skill. Y'all be losing all your money just by playing the lottery. Like, it's just pure skill.
Just win. Just pick the right numbers. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah.
It's a skill issue. Why? See, the problem that you guys are doing is everyone's picking the wrong numbers. And what you're supposed to do is actually pick the same numbers that they're going to say are the winning numbers. I don't see what the big deal is. Just pick the winning numbers.
Have your clone from tomorrow say what the winning lottery numbers are.
It's literally that easy.
Yeah, just like get a time machine, go in the future, and find out what the winning lottery numbers are.
Anyway, bye.
Bye!
Maximum Fun,
a worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows.
Supported
directly
by you.